there, welcome. Thanks for joining me. If this is your first time to my channel, my name is Violet, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some DIY farmhouse style home decor pieces using some Dollar Tree items. Now, these two pieces were pretty easy to make, so hopefully you guys won't be discouraged and do make these because, like, again, they're really simple to make. All you're going to need for the first DIY is 2 plates, 2 different sizes, and then a candle holder, and I'm using the ceramic candle holder from Dollar Tree, and it was already painted white. So if you wanted more of a modern tier tray look, I would just highly recommend you just do all this, glue your candle holder to your large plate like I'm doing right now, and then attach your smaller plate to the top and leave it as is, all white. That's very modern. But I was going more for the farmhouse look. So what I did was I added my E6000 and hot glue to both bottom and top of my candle holder. And I added the bottom part of my candle holder to the large plate. Then the top part of my candle holder, I attached it to the bottom of my smaller plate. Now you can even make a bowl and put it on, or add a bowl, I'm sorry, not make one, add a bowl to the top of your tier tray as well. But I wanted this one to be more of a smaller, cute tier tray, so I just used the 2 plates. So once you're done adding your glues, go ahead and add the top plate. Now make sure you do add something heavy on top for at least a good 30 minutes to allow that E6000 to dry. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and continue with your next step, which is getting a permanent marker, any color you like if you don't want to use the black. And then you can start making little lines onto the rim of your tier tray. Now, I was doing this because I wanted to go more for the galvanized look, but once I allowed the permanent marker to dry, which is basically instantly, and I decorated it, I realized that I wanted more of the enamelware style. So I went ahead and just took everything off. And with my permanent marker, instead of the lines that I'm doing right now, all you have to do is just draw straight around the rim of each one of your plates, and you'll have the enamel look. So there's 2 different looks, slightly different, but they do make a difference depending on what decor you have in your home. So this is the way I did this one. And again, like I said, the enamelware, all I did was just draw around the entire rim of both of my plates. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how both of them look when I decorated them with what I'm decorating my home for a little bit of fall style already. So this is the way it looks the way I did it, and then this is the way it ended up being after I put the enamel style into it. Let me know which one is your favorite. So next, we're going to use one of these wall decals from Dollar Tree and a poster board. All you're going to do is basically place your decal on top of your poster board. Now you can do it 2 ways. All I did first was trace out my wall decal onto my poster board, and then I cut it out. Or you can just simply start removing the backing from your decal and add it onto your poster board first, and then cut and trace around your decal. Basically, those are 2 different options. It's your choice how or which way is easier for you. This way was easier for me. I just traced it out, and then I grabbed my X-Acto knife and cut off that extra piece of poster board. You can even use this. I've done another wall decal DIY using the rooster decal that they have at Dollar Tree, and I used some wooden signs for that one. So if you want to know how I made it with the wood pieces, I'll make sure to leave a link for that tutorial around here for you, so you can go check that one out after this one's done. So what you're going to do next after you cut the poster board to your size you need, you're going to remove a little bit of the backing from your decal and just kind of fold it over just a little bit so you can maneuver it and move it to the edge of your poster board. And then you're just going to simply add it and attach it to your poster board and just rub on it. Make sure there's no air pockets, make sure there's no wrinkles. And then all you're going to do is just fold over your decal and start pulling the backing little by little and attaching your decal to your poster board. And I say little by little because I've done it a few different ways, and at least for me, this is the easiest way to do it and the more safest way for me to do it. because that way I won't get a lot of air pockets or wrinkles in my decal. So if you feel comfortable just pulling the entire backing off of your decal and adding it onto your poster board that way, then feel free to do it that way. But again, the way I like to do it is just a little at a time, and I just use a ruler or my hand to rub on it, kind of make sure there's no wrinkles again and no air pockets. So I just continue doing this until I'm completely done adding the decal to my poster board. Now these poster boards, the backing, they're pretty sticky, and since you're attaching it to a poster board, it's really nice and secure. But if you don't feel comfortable, you can even add some spray adhesive onto your poster board before you add your decal, and then that way you'll make sure it's nice and secure that way as well, if you don't feel comfortable just with the sticker backing that it has already. If you guys have Instagram and you do any of my DIYs or just a different version of them, tag me on Instagram with your pictures. I love to see what you guys come up with and what I would inspire you to do with the different things that you have at your home. So just continue rubbing on your decal, making sure there's no air pockets, and pulling on that backing as you go, just to keep adding it and attaching it to your poster board. Another option that I had thought about doing, but I wanted more of a bigger wall piece. That's why I left the entire decal as is. But another option would be, if you don't like or want the zigzag around your little plate that's on this decal, you can simply cut around that decal part and just use the Keep Life Simple round plate area in the center and make that as a wall hanging, and that would be beautiful, even in a china cabinet or something like that. It would be really pretty as well. So once you're done adding your entire decal to your poster board, what I tend to do is just keep those backings and use it when I'm painting or something like that. So I'm folding them back up and storing it in my little box. But once you're done adding your decal to your poster board, this is how it's going to look. And you can leave it as is. In my style, in my home, I don't have turquoise anymore. So I decided to paint them white. So all I did was get some white acrylic paint and just get a thin paintbrush and paint all of the little turquoise zigzags. And I tried very carefully not to paint over the black lining around the turquoise, just so it would be just the interior part of your zigzag, the turquoise part. That's all I covered. So just take your time and do the linings first, or the outside. Trace out your little rectangles, and then you can just paint the interior of each one of these little boxes. Now, once you're done painting on this decal, if you don't feel comfortable just leaving it as is, once it's dry, you can spray or even brush on some maybe Mod Podge, or spray some clear acrylic over your entire decal painting, so you can wipe it down and not worry about the white paint coming off. But I was comfortable with it just as is, so all I did was give it 2 coats. And I'll show you the difference between 1 coat of white paint and your second coat, because you can still see the turquoise when you do just 1 coat of white paint. But the options are endless of whatever color you want to paint. And if you don't like the gray in here, in this decal, again, you can paint it a different color. So when you see decals or things at Dollar Tree, try to keep your mind open. And if you like the style of it but don't like the colors, don't be scared to just grab a paintbrush and paint over things, because that's one of the biggest things you can do and the easiest things you can do in order to change things in your home. I do this plenty of times. I paint all kinds of things, including not just decals, but just different mirrors or picture frames or what have you, just in order for it to fit any style that I'm going to use in my home or in that particular room. So just go ahead and continue painting each one of those turquoise squares or triangles. And as you could see, I did cut off some of the brush bristles, and that's just because these are from Dollar Tree, to be honest with you, this paintbrush, and some of the bristles come out a little bit more than others, and I didn't want it to paint over that black lining. So I would just periodically, every so often, grab my scissors and just cut any pieces of that long bristle that I needed to in order to have a flat brush. So you just go ahead and continue doing this to all of your turquoise zigzag lines. And as you can see, this one that I'm painting, I had painted black because I thought maybe I would do black, but I thought the black and the gray was just a little bit too dark for me. So I decided to go with the white. That's why you saw that one triangle black. And if you don't want to use your finger to wipe off anything on your black lining, just get a Q-tip and have it right beside you. So once you're done painting that rectangle, you can just grab your toothpick, or your Q-tip, and just clean and wipe away that outlining of the black. How many of you are already decorating for fall or taking out your things for fall? I'm not decorating just yet for fall, but I have taken out some of my fall boxes to kind of see what I have and what I want to change up or what I don't want to use this year, so I can start doing it that way and start redecorating and repurposing some of the items that I already have before I go out and share and buy more things that I want to recycle and try to reuse as much as I have already. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not decorating just yet, but I am starting to reuse some items and redo them and what have you. Let me know in the comments below, are you redecorating already and bringing out all your fall decor, or are you like me, just starting to kind of see what you have and what style you're going to go for fall this year and start redecorating that way and just getting everything ready for the fall season? I typically try to start decorating for fall towards the end of August, beginning of September. So as you can see, I'm just doing the second coat of paint. Once you did the first one, the second one's a lot easier. It goes by a lot faster. So just go ahead and take your time still, just to make sure that you don't put any white paint on your black lining. But just go ahead and continue painting each one of them twice. Once it's all completely dry, that's how it looks. Next, all you're going to do is you can get any kind of rulers, sticks. I did have these sticks from a previous project. So all I did was measure out both sides of my decal, and I went ahead and made 2 of the longer pieces and 2 of the shorter pieces to make a frame around my wall decor. Once I glued all these pieces together, I painted them black. But if you don't have wood pieces like I have right here, you can use the Jenga blocks from Dollar Tree or rulers. You can use whatever piece of wood, even painter sticks if you have those, and just cut them to size and glue them with wood glue or some permanent glue in order for you to attach them and make that frame. So here I am just painting all my pieces black. And then I'm just going to go ahead and allow them to dry. And I didn't bother painting the back of this, my frame, because it's going to be attached to my poster board. So you're not going to really see it. But if you don't feel comfortable, go ahead and flip these over once they're completely dry and then paint the back. And all I used was a black apple barrel paint. So once everything's completely dry, I went ahead and just used my hot glue gun and added a line, a strip of glue right down the bottom, grabbed that piece of wood and attached it to the bottom. And I just took my time making sure it was all nice and even. And I just used the outlining of my decal in order for me to make sure that my wood piece stayed nice and straight. And I do first the top and bottom, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the sides. Now, since I just used my my hot glue gun, these dry pretty fast. So just press on them, make sure it's all nice and even. And then that's how it looks just with the top and bottom. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and do both sides. Again, just adding my hot glue, just a strip of it right down the side of your wall picture. And then you add your frame around there. And again, your frame, you can leave the wood natural tones, you can stain it. There's just so many different ways you can make this yours and your style. So this is how it looks all completely done hanging. So what do you guys think? Super easy, huh? I absolutely love the way this looks, and it's a huge piece. So it does take for a big wall, this is absolutely gorgeous. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. Until next time, you guys stay safe and stay blessed. Bye.